Please be advised that the following video is not safe for work.
Alright, Jen, what about you?
Okay, so my name is Jennifer Luak, and I'm probably best known as Lady Death Star Cosplay. And I started cosplaying, I guess, officially about 5 years ago, for probably my best known costume, which is the Death Star.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's huge. So I make the joke that I'm like the world's second biggest Star Wars fan just by sheer square footage. Just because it's such a big costume and that sort of thing. So so that was my first cosplay 5 years ago, but I'm originally from Winnipeg, and our big con of the year is usually around Halloween, so I would often do like geeky Halloween costumes and then end up going to the con and at least doing that once, but I never really considered myself a cosplayer until I did the Death Star. So that's kind of how I got into it, and yeah. So, and ever since then I've been kind of hooked, and I blame my husband too, because he was like, yeah, it's all his fault, because he was like, if you're gonna do a cosplay, do a big huge cosplay that you absolutely love and adore, because if you don't like it, you can at least say you've done your dream cosplay. So I started off big with the Death Star.
That is really good advice, actually.
Yeah.
Because I have one that I'm petrified to do.
Yeah.
So I won't touch it. So that's smart.
So yeah, it did. But that was like that was the first one. So there's been like, I've remade the Death Star dress like 4 times since I've worn that dress, and it just keeps on getting bigger and heavier and more elaborate and bigger and bigger and bigger until
more lit and more
bigger until it's like, 7.5 feet wide.
I was gonna say, can you fit through doors still?
No, I can't fit through doors. I still have to do the pierogi, where I like, the pierogi's the Ukrainian like pastry, and it like looks like a U shape. So like whenever I go through doors, that's what I call it, the pierogi. Is I push the edges of the dress down, and then I like do this little shuffle to get through the door, and then I pop it back up on the other side. It's very entertaining to watch at all cons. It's great. It's good times. Is what that is. So not awkward at all. But yeah. So sewing is my thing, and I kind of just never really did like armor or like props or anything like that before until I met you guys.
Yay! We
and
popped
you got me today. So now in the past year I've done like my first kind of armor when I did Thanos. I did a gender bend Thanos, and that turned out really well. I was very happy with it. I never pick easy stuff. I've noticed this. Like I always,
because you're good. You pick your level that you're at. I find, like for myself, I do bodysuits because I'm good.
good at them. But yeah, but still, that I mean, like, so like I didn't, for my first armor. Did I pick something like simple? No, I picked Thanos.
But you're good at it.
But well, thank you. But it just kind of happened. I mean, if you saw all the mistakes that
that's what she said.
Yeah, that's what she sex tape. No. Part 4.
So I have like a full confession to
Okay.
make.
What's that?
So before I met you, Jen, I totally fangirled over you.
Did you?
Like those first pictures of you that came out, I think it was from Winnipeg, of the Death Star, the original Death Star.
Yeah.
I totally started following you on social media
Aww.
back then. And so when I met you at that crafting thing at the library, that Edmonton Cosplay, I was like totally freaking out because I'm like, oh my god, it's Lady Death Star, and she's actually here, and she's so nice. And I literally, I don't know if you noticed, but I hardly said anything because I was so nervous around you.
Nobody said anything to me at that show. I was like, oh my god, nobody likes me.
That's funny because I remember taking pictures of you in Edmonton as Lady Death Star.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And then every time I'd catch you though, it'd be like right after people had taken pictures of you and you'd have resting bitch face. And I was like, she's my people, but I don't know if I should talk to her right now. Like, sometimes we get grouchy after taking so many pictures for so many hours.
Well, because whenever I wear, I've kind of semi-retired the Death Star dress anyways, but every single time I take pictures, go out and wear it, I can't get very far. It's like wearing the world's worst kite, because whenever there's like a little bit of a breeze, because the front will fold forward and I'll accidentally trip, and I don't want anybody to see that, which is the other reason. And then the other thing is that there'll always be like a group of people right in front of me, and then my pictures go something like this. It goes
it's a sprinkler.
You know, it is the sprinkler when you're doing it, and you got the plastered smile on.
Yeah.
You know, as you're going around doing it, and by the time you get done, you're like, oh, I gotta drink it.
Yeah, my face hurts from smiling all the time. Like, whenever I do events, I'm like,
yeah,
my face hurts. And I'm always telling Jason, I'm like, can you rub my cheeks? And he's like, you're retarded. Like, my face hurts.
You just need to smile more.
No.
But I think I've come a long way since, like, when I first started, like, cosplaying, because I'm not quite the sewing Nazi that I used to be.
That's not true.
She lies.
Oh, the phone on that. Well, I didn't think I was. Like,
my favorite is when she does the, why are you doing it that way? Yeah, which is her way of saying, don't do it that way.
Yeah, I'll show you how to do it.
I'll show you how it should be done.
Yeah, but when I tell you how to do it, how does it turn out?
That's not the point. The point is we're literally telling you you're still a sewing Nazi.
Okay.
Actually, go iron your seams. Okay, they're not ironed.
They're not. Did you iron them from both sides?
Right? Yeah, every time. And I'm like,
yes, Jen. Please don't hurt me, Jen.
She's like, no, you didn't. Go do it again.
So, but yeah. So since I've kind of gone into cosplay, and the worst part is that I don't have a lot of fandoms. Right, so
Yes, you really have one fandom.
I really have one fandom. I have like Star Wars, two, maybe three. So that's kind of the problem, is that because I don't watch like a lot of the stuff. I'm an old movie buff. I love old movies. I love old movie costumes. But if I wear them, people just wouldn't get
it. But with that being said, let's talk about the fact that you took Sailor Moon and Star Wars and did a mashup, and it actually worked.
Well, yeah, I guess my that's no Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of did work. That actually worked really, really well.
Kinda did work. You freaking nailed it.
It was fun.
Except for the boots hurt.
The boots were killer. I don't know how hookers walk in them.
You're welcome.
Here's my $50 for just walking to the car. Is really what it comes down to. I will
teach you ways.
So. So that was fun. But yeah, I guess my biggest thing is I do mashups and I do interpretations of characters that I really like, simply because I am body positive, I guess is the nice way of saying I'm fat, and I know it. And you know, mashups and sort of those things kind of just make sense for my size, because it's a way to interpret the character better. So,
but again, it's getting to the point of mashing something up and it looking good. Like,
well,
there's a lot of different mashups that don't necessarily work.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you being able to successfully do mashups is legit something to bow down to.